Good evening. My name is Akin Oshuntoki. I am the chairman of the membership committee of the Nigerian-British Chamber of Commerce. It is my pleasure to welcome everyone here this evening. I am happy to welcome us, those of us physically in the room and those who are online. I am particularly delighted to welcome our chairman, our president and chairman of council, Mr. Ray Ateli. I am also glad to see our patrons here tonight. Patron Dakpo Adelegon, I welcome you, sir. I also welcome all members of council and ESCO members. I am glad also to have with us Professor Larry Bahale, the CEO of Business School Netherlands, who is our guest speaker for tonight. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for all our members, our ESCO members, our patrons, our chairman, everyone who is here this evening. Could you please help me put your hands together to welcome them? I apologize that we are starting a little late. It's not our practice. Here we do things the way they should be done. May I ask that we rise as we observe the national anthems of Nigeria and Britain.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribes of Medieval, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians honor truth and justice reign. In peace all battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
Let's be seated, please. This evening, we'll be inducting 15 organizations who have gone through the process. Later in the evening, we will have the opportunity of meeting them one after the other. Let me take on some housekeeping rules. Kindly put your phones on silence so that indeed we do not have interruptions in the course of the evening. For our physical participants, questions will be answered during the Q&A session. Please raise your hands and a microphone will be brought to you. For those joining us virtually, if the volume is too low, kindly check the volume of your gadget. This event is being recorded and will be available live on our YouTube channel, Nigerian-British Chamber of Commerce. Once again, I thank you for turning up early for this event. It promises to be an exciting evening, and I assure you that you have a good time with us. Please join me as we welcome our President and Chairman of Council, Mr. Ray Ateli, to give his welcome address. Mr. Ray Ateli. Keep on clapping, let him feel welcome. Please welcome our President very warmly, very, very warmly.
The Deputy President, our patron, Prince Adedapo Adelegon, our Honorary Life Vice President, Chief Binton Famutimi, other members of the ESCO here present. We have Vice President Mr. Sheyi Adeyemi here, and chairmen of other committees here present. Spare me the protocol to mention all names individually, but all protocols duly observed. Our guest speaker, Professor Larry Baale. We are delighted to have you here today. It's a very important day in the life of our chamber. What makes it important is that we are bringing on board new members, those who went through the very rigorous process and were successful. And each day we do this, we do it with relish because the family is growing in numbers and in quality. And we have in our midst today those who are starting the journey to becoming future presidents, deputy president, and vice presidents of this chamber. And so when you join today, just know that that is the beginning of a very fulfilling race. And you have to run it with decorum and consistency. Stay focused and make sure that you get value for your membership. It's not enough to pay the dues. We are not interested in the dues that you pay. We are more interested in your involvement. If you get involved in some of the activities that we have lined up for all our members, and you enrich such activities with your knowledge and active participation, then we would have fulfilled the reason for bringing you on board. And so I hope that that message will go down and be accepted by all who have come to join the chamber today. In the course of the evening, you are going to see other things that we do, how we do it. And it's part of the journey of acculturation that you are going to embark upon. Before now, you were from the outside looking in. Getting in, you need to understand what you need to do as a member of the chamber so that you don't give us a reason to delist you. Because the standards are high, but they are not impossible to be kept. And you need to play by them. The ethical standards, that is. If you are a member of this chamber, there are things you are not supposed to do, and you should not do them. So hopefully, all of that message will be sent and received today by all. And as we share other details about the chamber, your knowledge will be enriched and you will find room to participate in the activities of the chamber. We have several committees within this chamber. And I know that from the list that I saw of members who are joining today, each would fit in very well within one or more of those committees. And so start to be active. It's a call to action that you must not fail to seize, and then do the best that you can. I know that we have quite a lot to do. We are going to listen to the erudite professor who has a thing or two to share, with us. So I'll keep it short, but as we progress, I'm back here to say a few more words. Once again, you're welcome. And very soon, this will be your chamber. For now, you are not there yet. So listen.
Another round of applause for the chairman, the president, and chairman of council for the foremost bilateral chamber, the Nigerian-British Chamber of Commerce, with over 300 members and balance sheet of members in trillions. The applause is not sound enough, so please could you put it together. May we have the sponsors' videos, please?
Septmber Global Concepts Limited, established in 2017, stands as a leading cocoa exporter in Nigeria, with roots that span decades in the cocoa sourcing industry. Since our inception, we've successfully supplied over 150,000 metric tons of cocoa beans globally, embodying our vision to be a premier provider in the global food markets. Committed to the well-being of stakeholders, we've implemented initiatives to enhance the lives of farmers in our cocoa sourcing communities. Against child labor, we've contributed to grassroots education, providing state-of-the-art learning facilities and vocational skills for women in rural Nigeria. For ethical sourcing, we engage in a network of over 250 local buying agents, LBAs, across Nigeria. Samples from LBAs undergo rigorous testing in our quality laboratories, ensuring the highest standards. Proudly supplying cocoa beans to renowned companies, our diverse workforce of over 100 employees benefits from comprehensive training. As a member of leading organizations such as the World Cocoa Foundation, Federation of Cocoa Commerce, and Cocoa Merchants Association of America, we collaborate with industry leaders to drive positive change across the global cocoa supply chain. Our commitment to collaboration extends to our partnerships with farmers, ensuring their voices are heard and their livelihoods are supported. In adherence to sustainability, Septmber is Rainforest Alliance certified on cocoa beans, certified over 9,000 metric tons, and aims for 100% traceable cocoa to European buyers by 2024 and beyond, aligning with EU deforestation-free regulations. Our commitment extends to educating farmers through Farmers Field School, focusing on integrated pest management, afforestation, and smart energy usage, reinforcing that at Septmber, sustainability is at the core of our operations. Septmber Global Concept Limited, your best choice for quality cocoa beans.
Please, let's appreciate our sponsors, Septmber, Simon Coopers, and Richardson Oil and Gas. Please, let's appreciate them. The NBCC has a very rich history and a defined structure. This has kept us over the years, and indeed, it has served us in good stead, making the chamber grow in length, in breadth, and in depth. That has kept us focused, and indeed, it sets us apart from others. Welcome, one of our patrons, Mr. Dapo Adelegon, who will talk to us about the structure of the chamber. Please encourage him. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. You don't come to NBCC for free lunch. You must have a work to do. So the president just gave me an assignment. I didn't plan for it, but I'm glad and I welcome you all to the Nigerian-British Chamber of Commerce. A document has been given to me, but I'll try to speak quickly so that we can get on with the business of the day. My name is Prince Dapo Adelego, and I am the 14th President and Chairman of Council of the Chamber. And I can say with all sense of responsibility that in all my 40 years of entrepreneurship, the 2 years as President of the Chamber was the most rewarding. And even now that I'm semi-retired, the Chamber is still following me everywhere. A lot of benefits. And I was 22 years in the Chamber when I became President. That was about 6 years ago. And still, till tomorrow, the benefit of that involvement as a member of this Chamber I'm still benefiting from. So I welcome and congratulate all of you that in a few years' time, you thank God that you're a member of the Nigerian-British Chamber of Commerce. So the Chamber was established a couple of years ago, about, I think, 1975, 77. And it was established by two business people, the late Henry Oloyede Fajemiruku, Nigerian, and another British businessman, Sir Adams Thompson, who was then the head of the British Caledonian Airways at the Savoy Hotel in London in 1975. In its 46 years history, it has grown from 20 members to 400 members from diverse sectors of the economy. And today we have, premium members, almost all the big banks in the country, and the oil majors, including Shell, are members of this chamber. And we have the corporates, we have the SMEs. So every category of business has a place in this chamber. And that is why it's good, because as an SME, if you enter, I started as an SME 27, 28 years ago. And by the time I was leaving the chamber, my company was a corporate. So the chamber empowers you through networking with bigger organizations to grow. Because in reality, no SME can grow without contact with large corporations. It is the large corporations that feed the SMEs. So for those of you that are joining today who are SMEs, I welcome you to years of growth through the various levels of contact with large institutions and individuals you'll be meeting. The structure of the chamber is as follows. At the very apex of the chamber is the upper chamber. That upper chamber consists of past presidents and patrons of the chamber. They are not a formal institution, but they are what I call, they carry the moral burden of ensuring that the chamber is steered along the objective of its founding fathers. So they are the embodiment of the culture of the chamber, and they advise the president from time to time on issues that bother on how the chamber can be sustained. The council of the chamber is actually the largest decision-making body of the chamber, and that comprises of course, the president, his deputies, the members of his ESCO, past presidents of the chamber, honorary vice presidents, patrons, because there are people that are patrons of the chambers who are not necessarily from the executive of the chamber. They are established individuals in the society that the chamber decides to appoint and bring it to the council because of their wealth of experience and influence. So below the council is the executive committee of the chamber, which the president heads, include all his deputies, the vice presidents, and the various chairmen of various committees, including the DG of the chamber. So it's a very cultured chamber where there's a lot of respect for these institutions. And we try as much as possible to ensure that we maintain that standard. And then the ESCO is the first route to leadership in the chamber. So it means that if you're a member of a committee, for example, over the 2, 3, 4 regimes, you may rise up to be vice chairman of that committee or even chairman of that committee. And the moment you are chairman of a committee, you are in ESCO, technically, because you have to report, to the president and other members about you. And from the committee also, chairman and members are the vice presidents. I think we have about 4 now who do different things in the chamber. And it is from them also that the deputy presidents are chosen. And then once you're deputy president, except something very terrible happens, you are definitely going to be a president of the chamber. Clap for yourselves now. Because you are going to be those in the future. So that basically speaks to our structure. In terms of our culture, we're very, very particular about a couple of things. We cherish our British heritage because don't forget we're called Nigerian-British Chamber of Commerce. Even though we find out these days that it is not to be British is not to be white. There are a lot of Nigerian-British. People are British and they're Nigerians. So we do have relationship with the British Business Council, which is a body of chambers of British all over the world. There's the BBG, which is the British Business Council in Nigeria. We work very highly with the Nigerian British High Commission, and we have trade missions into the UK at least every year, and we also receive inward mission into the UK. So it simply means that if you're a member of this chamber, the likelihood of being able to do business in the UK successfully is very high, because the fact that you're a member of the chamber already says you know the culture and you can be verified. And so for those of you that are here who are looking at expansion through the chamber, you will be able to have access to partnerships, markets, and opportunities, even investment from the United Kingdom. The programs of the chamber, I'm sure that will be spoken about when you're already in. But it's just nice to know that membership of this chamber is a ticket for growth. And if you work hard, we don't get paid for all the presidency and services. It's free, it's pro bono. But the rewards, like I said, you've left the president of the chamber for 6 years and people are still calling you Mr. President. And there are places you get to, even before you open your mouth, there's something where, well, how much, So access, capacity building, growth and development are the benefits of our members. Thank you very much for listening.
Please, let's acknowledge Patron Dakpo Adelego. What he did not tell us is that this is a house of service. You get into one committee, before you know it, you move into another. And in 6 years, you have served in 3 different committees, and you find out that you are the better for it. Because in those committees, you come up with programs, events. Some of them will require your intellect, your network, your reach. But I think what is gratifying in all of that is that you are creating value, you are sharing value, and indeed you are building an institution that you can be sure will remain tomorrow. That is why this house has been expanding since 1977. Indeed, our president led a delegation to the UK in May this year, over 50 people, visiting one organization to the other. On that trip, 2 companies signed a deal of $1 million. And I thought that should deserve some clap, if you allow me. I did not say $1 million naira. I said 5 million. $5 million. Maybe that will make you clap now. So for the new members, you are in for a good ride. I can assure you that you have joined an ecosystem that creates value. We have the premium members who are the keystone players, and we have several other members who create value in one way or the other. So once again, welcome to the House of Value. Put your hands together. So may I ask that we move on this evening? We have just had Prince Dakpo Adelego, who has spoken brilliantly to our culture and tradition. Now, I'm going to introduce our inductees one after the other. And because we encourage networking, and we're also very time conscious, I will ask them to talk about their organizations for 1 minute. I'll be the timekeeper. 1 minute. Anything beyond 1 minute, we give you an invoice and you pay before you leave. So anything beyond one minute, we'll give you an invoice. We have POS by the entrance downstairs. So we do business as we do networking. On the list, we are very precise here. Is members in the premium category. I'll start with them first. Number one is MedPlus category, premium, membership number 0850. Please put it together for MedPlus. Keep on clapping for MedPlus. MedPlus is all over the city. I've started the campaign for you, isn't it? So please introduce yourself and 1 minute to talk about your organization.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Wale Odusanya. I'm a director of MedPlus. We are honored to be invited to be part of this Nigerian-British Chamber of Commerce. What we do in MedPlus, our story is a story of impact over the last 3 decades, providing the much-needed medication in a market where I dare say the healthcare sector is underserved or in some cases even unserved. I think we are the leading retail pharma chain in Nigeria, thank you, providing access across over 130 stores. And also, we also have digital channels where we reach people. We think of ourselves as more than just a pharmacy. I know you know us for pharmacy, but everything health, lifestyle, and beauty. That's what we provide. Thank you once again. We are glad to be part of this network. Thank you.
Please hold on. What I did not tell you also is that if you are more than 15 seconds from 1 minute, you also pay. But because you are the boots of Nigeria, we will let you go. Round of applause for MedPlus. Later on, the president will do the induction, but we want to know them. MedPlus, a very hearty welcome. Number two is, just like he mentioned, the premium category is by invitation. It's by invitation. So the number two in the premium category this evening is Polaris Bank Limited. Premium category 0851. Let me quickly declare that the man standing before us is my brother from Ibadan. Mr. President, there's no crime in that. I'm not at all. So please put your hands together for the very, very erudite Mr. Kayode Lawal. Kayode Lawal.
Mr. President, Chairman of Council, distinguished guests, good evening. I'm very delighted to be here. I'm truly honored. I'm the CEO of Polaris Bank. I joined January of this year. But what do we do? Polaris Bank is a national bank. We hold a national license. But we are very active in 3 key areas. Digital banking. So we are the pioneers of Vault, which is a payment app that almost everybody uses. But beyond that, we also do trade services, which is we facilitate trade, both inward and outward. And I think this is one key area where we can truly and really benefit from the association we have today with the Chamber. It is truly a delight and honor to be here. And we look forward to engaging each and every one of you. Our doors are opened, and we are really ready for business. Thank you so much.
1 minute, 000 seconds. The anchorman is a fair man. Okay, number 3 is Wise Consulting Services Limited, category Corporate Plus, Membership number 0852, Wise Consulting.
Good evening, everyone. All protocols are observed. WISE is a professional service firm. We're into tax, audit, assurance, consulting, and into technology. In the technology arm, we use our expertise in understanding of business processes we leverage that to help our customers in their technology transformation. I'm an associate director in WISE, and we're happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Number 4, Jobberman Limited. Jobberman Limited. Corporate Plus, WISE, Corporate Plus, membership number 0853.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Oreoluwa Bobi. I'm the CEO of Jobberman. Very excited to be here. Jobberman, started 15 years ago as a pet project, and the pet project was trying to solve unemployment in Nigeria. And we are still trying to solve that problem. And over the years, we have moved from being a job board to being an HR consulting firm, a training firm, and also we're partnering with different organizations, government, right, to solve unemployment. So happy to be here and happy to work with anyone that wants to solve that problem in Nigeria. Thank you.
Number 5, Mountains Energy Solution Limited, corporate, membership number 0854.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to stand on the system protocol. My name is Engineer Olusegun Okedoye, MD Mountains Energy. In Mountains Energy, we are into oil and gas engineering, procurement, construction, and installation without losing focus of renewable energy. We bring a wealth of experience to solve everyday problem the exploration and production companies face each day. We have a local technology to develop marginal feed. We've done it again and again, and we are ready to do it more. We are happy to be here and to expand our reach and to solve the power problem in Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Please don't go. Please don't go. Don't worry, you won't call a friend. You'll be in our oil and gas section. I will personally introduce you to the chairman of that committee. Get ready to sponsor.
Sure. We do.
Put your hands together for gentlemen. Number 8 is Elite Branding Limited. Elite Branding Limited. Please help me encourage.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Leonard Egosai Nobakare. I'm the Managing Director of Elite Branding Limited. We are a 360 advertising agency. We have our core strength in out-of-home advertisement, below and above the line marketing. Our major course is to solve advertising problem, to help brands, gain awareness and be able to have influence and increase wealth in advertising. So we are looking forward to help your brand gain attraction, gain awareness, and also increase possibility of making profit. Thank you very much.
Don't go. You did 1 minute, but the marketing was too much. Marketing was too much. But because Mr. President is in a good mood tonight or this evening, I'll let you go.
Thank you, sir.
Please help me welcome him very heartily. Number 9, Greenfort Insurance Brokers Limited. Greenfort. Let's encourage Greenfort. Membership number 0843.
Mr. President, esteemed member of the council, fellow guests, ladies and gentlemen, and our esteemed life patron, Chief Farotimi. I stand before you to represent Greenford Insurance Brokers Limited. My name is Gafaro Dobote, the Executive Director. At Greenford, we are specialized in providing, insurance brokerage services, especially for the SMEs. And our story is just simple. We want to make insurance closer to the people. A lot of young people, startups, a lot of young businesses that don't really understand insurance and doesn't know that insurance is very, very important. So what we do at Greenford is to provide the risk coverage experience and to add advisory to what we do. And we're very, very happy to be introduced and become a member of this chamber. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome. Also, we have Business Travel Management Limited, BTML. BTML. Are they here? BTML. BTML.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mo Tolani. I represent Business Travel Management Limited. So I said we are a travel management company. We offer retail, travel packages, corporate. We have a lot of oil and gas companies in our portfolio. We offer airport protocol, airport meet and greet, local and international tickets anywhere in the world, hotel bookings, hotel reservations. You can call us up and we'll be available.
Before you go, any discount for members?
Of course, we have group discounts. We have team packages, group packages. So you can reach out to us and we'll offer it to you.
We'll take you up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's put our hands together. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Pirano Energy Limited. Pirano.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bola Ogdon. I am the founder and CEO of Pirano Energy Limited. We are a renewable energy business focused on providing renewable energy to businesses across Africa. So we make it affordable for businesses by allowing them to pay on a monthly basis instead of having to purchase it outright. We are already across 18 states in Nigeria, and we're expanding very aggressively. And preempting any coercion into providing discounts, we'll be very happy to provide a discount to members of the Nigerian-British Chamber of Commerce. Thank you very much for inviting us to be members, and we are very happy to be here, and we are here to serve. Thank you.
You are here to... Okay. This event is being recorded, so thank you very much. The Islanders Company. Please help me clap for Islanders. Sounds like a football club. Do you have one?
Not yet.
Oh, yet. Okay.
Mr. President, distinguished members of the chambers and fellow inductees, my name is optician Shola Ezekiel. I'm the CEO, MD CEO of Islanders Company. Islanders is an eye care solutions company. Basically, we provide management, treatment, prevention of cases like glaucoma, cataract, progressive myopia, etc. So we're not just the regular eye clinic. We also do workplace ocular safety training. So basically, we're synonymous with style, excellence, perfection, and convenience. So look out for me. Thank you.
Too much marketing. Don't go. Too much marketing. You want to continue? I was a bit worried when he said we provide. I thought he was going to say we provide eyes. But thank God they provide eye service. Please put it together for. Number 12 on my list is Autogirl. Autogirl Limited. Autogirl Limited. Clap for Autogirl.
Mr. President, distinguished members, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Arinze Chinazom. I'm the director of Autogirl Limited. It's a vehicle mobilities rentals marketplace that provides affordable mobility solutions to businesses. Basically, what we do is we are a car rental marketplace where car owners make money on our platform, where we provide verified car rental services to businesses. I'm very excited to be here, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Number 13 on my list is Simon Cooper's partners. Simon Cooper's partners. They are lawyers. Please, I want you to keep it going. Keep it going. Please, please, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Fumilola Meshayete. I'm a partner in a law firm called Simon Cooper Partners. Our offices are in Victoria Island, Lagos, Maitama, Abuja, and we also have strong affiliations with a select number of law firms in the UK and across the globe. And so at Simon Cooper, we do not just provide legal services, we provide bespoke and tailored legal services, ensuring that our clientele who are from an array of the multinationals, the startups, the SMEs, international organizations, embassies, that we ensure that they stay within the legal compliance of the space and the jurisdiction that they operate. Experiences combined in the house is over 200 years. We have 2 senior advocates because we have extensive experience in cross-border transactions. And so if you're willing to speak to someone who has like 50 years in experience, we have that. So I said we provide bespoke, so we tailor our services in accordance to what you want. So if you want the Gen Zs, we have them in-house. If you want the dinosaur lawyers, we have them in-house. But essentially our practice areas span across aviation, energy, data protection, competition law. And competition law, we are the only law firm in Nigeria appointed as consultants by the World Bank. And we know that as far as competition law is concerned, it's a key area where businesses need to operate within the compliance of the space. And that's why Simon Cooper is the go-to law firm. We are happy to be here, and we are happy to foster our relationship with the firm. Thank you very much.
Unfortunately, I was not looking at my watch. The truth is, when you have a sponsor, invoice, I only extract another promise to sponsor another event. Please help me clap for them. Number 14 on my list is All-Star Integrated Services Limited. Help me put your hands together as we welcome them. Membership number 0848.
Good evening, all. So I represent Oliste Integrated Services Limited. I'm the managing director of the organization. In Oliste Integrated, we provide solutions within the oil and gas sector, where we major in compliance and also marine service deployment. We see ourselves as service providers, where we provide bespoke service to organizations willing to play and also operate within the oil and gas sector. We also support the Nigerian ports in maritime activities. So whoever wants maritime support, Oliste Integrated is available to provide that service to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A gentleman walked in with a red cap, who happens to be one of our presidents, one of our past presidents, one of our patrons, a very distinguished old boy of Government College, Ibadan. Clap. Old boy of Government College, Ibadan. Are there all Loyola people here? Please clap for my old boy. A jolly good fellow. Welcome, sir. On the list, number 15 and the last name is Plumpter Advisory. Plumpter Advisory. Okay. No.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Standing on existing protocol. My name is Yemisi Ogunlade, and I'm the principal consultant at Plumpter Advisory, which is really just a fancy name for the fact that I lead the team at Plumpter Advisory. Myself and my team support parents with finding the right educational fit for their children in international school destinations. Really, really excited, absolutely delighted to be here this evening. For some attendees and the inductees, today presents an opportunity to recognize achievement and accomplishment. But for myself and my team at Plumpter Advisory, it presents an invaluable opportunity to serve. Myself and my team are looking forward to supporting education-focused initiatives of the Chamber, and we look forward to providing value in that area. Thank you.
You'll get my invoice. 1 minute, 1 second. But because I have a number of our patrons in the house, I'll waive that invoice. Thank you very much. Now, having done all of that, the last on the list is Infinity Air and Beauty. Infinity Air and Beauty. Are they here? Okay, quickly. Let me encourage them.
Good evening, everyone. All protocols observed. My name is Helena Adebayo. I'm the CEO of Infinity Air and Beauty Lounge and Infinity Beauty Academy, and we are based in Abuja. We provide beauty solutions, and I'm also a beauty consultant as well. And we also train in skill acquisition, anything that has to do with beauty, both home and abroad. It's an honor to be a member of this great association, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
This is short and sharp. Okay, now it is my pleasure to introduce a gentleman whose name has become synonymous with knowledge. Knowledge. Our paths crossed, I won't tell you how long ago, so you don't begin to guess my age. We met at Pfizer. Pfizer, by the way, has trained over 1,000 professionals across the board. Help us identify Pfizer. Please put your hands together. It's really interesting how your yesterday points at your tomorrow. We started out, I met him there. He corrected me when I said we were there together. And in those days, nobody had a computer on the table. Not because you couldn't afford it, but they were too big. And I remember that Professor Larry and I would be in the computer room for hours and hours. Not because we did not know what to do, but we were saving on floppy disks. And floppy disks, you never will be sure whether you really saved or not. Sometimes we are about to conclude, and there will be a break in power. Only then you realize that the UPS was not really on. Then you start all over again. But then those were days of preparation. They say when preparation meets opportunity, you get success. Larry Bale has been what they call a FICO all his life. I have his profile in front of me. I can actually write his autobiography, his biography, not autobiography. I can actually write his biography because I've seen him grow from strength to strength. Professor Lere Bale is the Chief Executive Officer of Business School Netherlands International. I can also say that Prof is my teacher because I got an MBA from Business School Netherlands several years ago. Clap for me now. Some of us have not done anything since we graduated 30 years ago. Please clap for me. Professor Lere Bale is CEO of Business School Netherlands International. Is a passionate advocate for global collaboration and development with expertise in AI, strategic digital transformation, and bridging gaps in healthcare, education, leadership, and financial inclusion. He finds fulfillment in transforming, inspiring, serving, educating, I told you, engaging, empowering, and nurturing generations. His leadership at Pfizer and Business School Netherlands International emphasizes resilience, transformational leadership that connects private, academia, and public sectors together. With extensive experience in business, healthcare, and digital transformation, Professor Bale has held key roles in several organizations, including Pfizer, BSN. He has driven significant organizational transformations, such as expanding Pfizer's operations in Africa and leading the rebuilding of the Ayinke House at Lassuth. He is also the pioneer, pro-chancellor, and chairman of the governing council of Ojaja University. That is recent. Please put your hands together. And serves on multiple boards across various sectors of education, engineering, FCMG, foundations, healthcare, and several others. A distinguished academic and author of over 200 articles, Professor Bale has shaped the future of organizations through his leadership and education, mentored over 2,000 students, 1,000 MBA and 7 DBA graduates, helped over 30,000 leaders to transform their organizations. His personal life is deeply connected to his spouse, Ife, whom he regards as an inspiring destiny helper. What I can assure you is that after this presentation, I will hold Prof's hands to ensure that his organization becomes a member of NBCC. Do I have your agreement? Put your hands together as we welcome Professor Lere Bale.
All right. Let me just start from somewhere. I can say childhood friend. So he has succeeded in exposing me so greatly. I worked for an American company for too long, so I'm not very good in protocol. So whatever I state may not necessarily be in the order that you are used to in the British system. I apologize. So the president and chairman of council, Ray Atley, who happens to be an advertising guy from RPA. I used to be a member of HAPCON, and I did mention to him, we made the best use of PromoServe to sell Ubronsis, Combantrin, Vicin, Highs That Talk. I hope I'm not advertising again. My father in the pharma industry before he ran away to oil and gas, Mr. Famutimi, the patron. My own brother, who we live together in the same house, Dakwa Adelego, who's another patron. Another childhood friend who had known me when I was still wearing pants, Kayode Falopo, another patron. The deputy president, Mr. Akin Oshuntoki, who is very popular in Pfizer those days as Mr. Lotus, because Lotus 123 was our spreadsheet those days. I think you now know his age a little bit. It belongs to what the Simon Cooper people say, the ancestors. My brother from another city, where Bales are normally promoted to become the overall king. I think I'm on the line now. I'm still Bale. I will soon be Mr. Kayo Delawa of Polaris Bank. Dr. Ama Uyirima and all the other personnel, eminent people. I hope I've done it well enough so far. It's a great opportunity for me. So where is the slide? You have to put it on first slide so that I can keep moving. Thank you. It's not moving. Okay. Oh, maybe it's moving. Okay. So it's just slow. Okay. I have full faith in Africa. I must confess. My background is in pharmacy. I'm a pharmacist. After joining Pfizer and staying for Pfizer for about 3 or 4 years, I was in manufacturing. I moved to sales from sales. In order to build career in marketing, I knew everybody in marketing, they were speaking English, and they would normally say strategically, positioning, and everything was just looking like the English they were speaking was so foreign to me, coming from pure science. So I went for my MBA. And I came back, I joined sales again. And then from the MBA, my career in leadership started. And eventually I became head of marketing. I became brand manager for the way. That was when I handled Vicin, Combantrin, and TCP, some of the OTC products. I expanded my knowledge in OTC. But I'd always loved teaching. I was the most noisy student in my class in secondary school. And the principal said there was nothing wrong with being a noisemaker, but I should learn to make useful noise. So she advised me. By the way, the principal, I was an indigent student. I succeeded in paying from Form 1 at the end of Form 2. And I was not supposed to report in Form 3. So I stopped and I started to farm or to help farmers to cut weeds. And she looked for me and took me back to school, a missionary, Reverend Sister Margaret. And eventually, she paid my fees from backlog of Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, 5, E-Level 1, E-Level 2, university, until I got scholarship. So I'm a product of grace. But I never forgot my commitment to her that I would end up being a teacher. So I stayed in Pfizer for 25 years. I started to teach on part-time. But by the time I was 11 years old in Pfizer, at that time I was a marketing manager. One Dr. Fawi Bear, who was in NNPC, used to use me as facilitator. Then I joined the LBS, like a small lecturer inside the lecturers program. By the time I left Pfizer, I didn't have an option. I just felt I needed to go into teaching. And my wife happens to be an SU. She felt that something was wrong with me. But I knew that that was what was ideal for me. I'm such a passionate person in everything that I do. And I don't know how to do many things. I don't know how to party. I don't know how to smoke. I don't know how to drink. So I must just know how to do something well. So I became a teacher. And so I'll be sharing with you my passionate belief. And I want you to know that I'm not talking to you like a teacher today. I'm talking to you like a practitioner. With all the humility, I rose through the rank as a pioneer, country manager for Pfizer Specialty. I became a regional manager for West Africa. I'd worked for French West Africa when I went to work in France. I came back to be in charge of English-speaking West Africa, then French-speaking West Africa, then in charge of East Africa and Central Africa. I was in charge of 32 countries called ECAWA, East, Central, and West Africa. So everything I'll be sharing with you is born out of my conviction and belief system. And I'm so happy I'm allowed to stay here because every time I stay behind the lantern, people don't see me because of my height. We are not allowed to use the word short wherever I am. It's not a language I like. You want to describe me, say I'm executively summarized. I'm cute. Am I not cute? And I wear bow tie most of the time. But about 6 years ago, something happened to me. I realized that in all the convocations that I go for in Netherlands, everybody wears suits. And it then suddenly occurred to me, why should I be wearing suits all through my career? So I should be wearing something. So I only wear suits twice in a year. Investiture for Nigeria Academy of Pharmacy, for which I'm General Secretary, and graduation. Every other day, this is the way I appear. I hope you will allow me the way I am. Can I keep on speaking? And the beauty of wearing this is that I've educated the European that this is actually the African shirt with cufflinks. So everything works well. Number two, it's not too hot for me. Number three, it demonstrates often that I'm an African. So, and I'm so happy when I saw Kate today. I said, a banker in this native, then I'm not the only one. I'm happy. Akin, you are still staying there, still stay there. I used to wear bow tie with him. I believe I have faith in Africa. Our problems are our biggest opportunity. I will lay the foundation. Just tell me something that is wrong with Nigeria. All my friends, Akin knows, most of our friends started living in 1990. You know, there was devaluation, there was SAP in 1986, 1987. For that devaluation, it became 18 naira to $1. From 3 naira to $1, it became 18 naira to $1. And then eventually became 22, 25 and so. And then they started to leave by 1990. It was too much. Then they started coming back in 2010. I realized that most of us who are here, we have built one bedroom. It was 1 block per quarter, but we completed 1 bedroom. And so Africa is such a beautiful place. Those who have gone, it's going to take them time before they will meet up. Those of us who are staying here. And purchasing power parity is so low. It's so good. $1 is equivalent to $3 or $4. If I want to eat pounded yam in Jevnik, it costs me less than $10. I need about $40 to eat the same food, to €52 to eat the same thing in Netherlands, in Amsterdam, or in The Hague. So it's so cheap to live in Africa generally. I'm not here to share stories, any story, other than just to remember that Africa is filled with gold mine. Tell me something that's not working in Africa. Electricity. Am I correct? So if you invest in electricity generation, you have mastery in electricity transmission, you have a professorship in electricity distribution, or you have a mastery in electricity metering, you'll be a billionaire. Yes or no? So you go to Tunisia that has 100% electricity supply already, and then you want to go and generate electricity. There'll be no market for you. And the whole of Africa is filled with big opportunities. The opportunities that people are running away from are the opportunities that should make you stay here. And I know I'm not talking to Generation X alone or Generation Z, but some of you who already, you are using Range Rover, you are GMs in the bank, and you are still relocating. There's no reason. Because Africa has the best. Africa is filled with oil, gas, cocoa, gold, coffee. In any country, there's something great. And if I've told you I've visited physically 32 countries, when I'm talking of 32 countries, the South Africa was taken away from Sub-Saharan Africa. I wasn't in charge of South Africa. But the Southern African countries outside South Africa, I was in charge. So I knew. And the same demographic, similar demographic everywhere. You can literally take what you have in Nigeria and go to Ghana and replicate. And we became very successful. In 7 years, we were bigger than the old company called Pfizer, which became Nimet. Even though we left with 0 account. But we are selling new chemical entity. They went away with all old products. And this is why I'm stating this, is that unless you understand, because if your mindset is about there's no opportunity in Africa, Onyibos are coming to Africa to take over our assets. They are coming here, just think of it. Somebody who has a Singaporean passport came to this country. and started to produce flour. I was looking for either forward integration or forward integration. I said, what other things can I do so that I can produce more flours? And then he decided to start Indomie, something that Nestle had started and had failed in. Remember, Nestle was the first to introduce noodle, but they introduced noodles for the rich. It didn't work because the rich do not like to eat noodle in the house. Abi, Ogatli, you are an advertising person. They decided, no, in advertising and in marketing, we know this. Anytime they want to eat noodle, they prefer to go to Chinese restaurant, more expensive. But those of us who are poor and who are local, who are non-educated like me, we like to eat noodle in the house. And when noodle started, it looks to look like tape one for me. I would never eat it. But my daughter told me just taste it. I just took some quantity with fork and put it in my mouth to feed me. And the thing looked sweet. And then it was so, because I happen to be a local boy, I can tell you, when I cook noodles for you, you will want to come back to my house. That's what, I know how to boil water, I know how to boil egg, and I know how to cook noodles. Clap for me for that now. There are some men who cannot even do what I'm saying. They can't even cook water. They don't know how to cook water. So, Africa is filled with such an excellent opportunity, no matter which country you go. Please help me move it because this is a little bit fine. So let's say we put Africa, and you know the map of the world. I did geography in my O-level. The map of the world is the most deceitful map in the world, or map that ever existed in history. Within this Africa, the West Africa is about the same size in population and US. The North Africa covers what today you refer to as Europe. The Central Africa is as good as India. And then just look at it. Look at East Africa, look at South Africa. So Russia. Most of these places can we fit into Africa geographically. But because the lens they used to take the map was taken from a ball, and they were looking at it from the top side. So the things that are nearer to them will look bigger than the things that are farther away. So Africa looks so small. There's no continent in the world that is as blessed as Africa. And so today, as we have new people joining the Nigerian-British Chamber of Commerce, you must recognize that your strategy, luckily they are strategy firm that also came in. Your strategy should not be to take advantage of Nigeria. It should be to take advantage of opportunities in Africa. Next, just help me move. Quick. If you can move it, fine. So, we know that there are untapped potential. I've spoken about this. We have natural resources. We have youth population that accounts for over half. When Japan, Finland, Norway, they are trying to import young people into their own country. But in our own case, we have more than enough. And what that means is that it is guaranteed for the next 30 to 50 years that the young will be active, they'll be working. And so our economy will be moving. But the economy of those countries that has an inverted pyramid in terms of demography, we need to depend on Africa and all other countries that has youth population for them to keep going. That's why in UK today, the Prime Minister makes strong announcement that you cannot continue to tell those people who are taking care of our elderly. Did you notice that? During the recent protest. So we know clearly what are the factors that make, why did you move it so fast? I miss me. Despite the challenges and political instability, the so-called rapid opportunity are young middle class. And in spite of challenges of political instability, infrastructural deficit, regulatory orders, the opportunity for growth and innovation is immense. That's why the Singaporean guy can come to Nigeria and sells over 2 billion of Indomie every day. Today. And you are telling me there's no market. There's a publication of the UN. I think in the early 2000s. It's about the wealth at the bottom of the pyramid. That the poor also have aspiration to buy the things. And that's why we use the fake gold, fake diamond. Have you something now? We all have all those things that are meant for us. And if you go to China today, there are about 7 different grades of everything. If you want to buy the best quality, it is. If you want to buy the one for the poor, there is. So, next. So what are the factors? Sorry, I go back to factors. What are factors that make Africa a prime destination for business? I've just talked around them shockingly. Am I talking? Okay. I didn't go to a grammar school. I went to a secondary school. I speak secondary English. And then I didn't read much. So factors that make Africa a prime destination for business, let's take them one by one. Next. Thank you. Rich natural resources. The global mining industry, which I had shown you earlier. The oil and gas industry. The fact that exploration, production, infrastructural development around oil and gas. Thank you, sir. You are the best. A big round of applause for you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So, we know we'll do well. And this is similar to the one that I'm using, so I'm just surprised that. Okay, it's back. Thank you. So, okay, where is it? Where is that item? Where is the computer itself? It's somewhere there. Okay, fine, no problem. So, demographic dividend youth population. So, we know that the growing youth population drives demand for goods and services in education. And with greater access to education, I didn't school anywhere outside the country except during my doctorate degree. My first degree was in ABU. My second degree was in Akoka, like the only university with lagoon front, So those who went to Akoka understand what I'm saying. But for most of the other people who did not have lagoon front, they'd be envious. So now, and the truth is that this growing youth population, they drives demand for good services in education and technology and entertainment. So with increasing access to education, but my kids, they schooled with the whites. They don't have psychological, they have an internal validation because they are beating them in class. I hope you know what I'm saying. And so Pfizer gave us an exposure that gave us such an internal validation that is very difficult for anybody to intimidate somebody like me. No matter where you come from. I may look very small in size, but I'm extremely stubborn. And I'm very direct, very assertive. I speak loudly. At times, I don't even know I have a loudspeaker. I have a microphone here. So I tell them, so our children who are working today, they are very skilled. They are connected. They are entrepreneurial. And so the SANC countries in Africa, like South Africa, like Nigeria, like Kenya, they account for the tripod. They are homes to tech hubs that produce innovative fintech, e-commerce, and mobile technology. Let me share a story with you on technology. In the year 2000, when did I tell you I bought my SIM card for 25,000? 2001, Abi? When MTN, we find a place for MTN in Church Gate building in the 5th floor. We were on the 6th floor. I had a staff in MTN who happens to be my friend as well, Uluakamu. So we got a place for them to say there's a vacancy on the house. I bought 25,000 SIM, and you want me to change the SIM? I've kept the SIM home. I just kept it. I couldn't afford the second SIM till today. Now, the same message have been exposed by Pfizer since 1985 to something they call EIU. That is economics EIU publication. Intelligence unit. Thank you. And I was used to the data on Nigeria profiling, which you can get, by the way, in CIA fact sheet as well. But there's much more detail in EIU then. And I'm used to therefore reading that every year. And I realized the fact that in 2000, the GDP for Nigeria was $300. Abi? It means per capita. Yes, sorry, I told you, per capita income. You know the way they interpreted it? Vodacom interpreted it to mean that an average Nigeria, we have access to $300. And that based on the then exchange rate, that was in black market, that was 36,000 naira. And that if we are going to do telecom, it means each person will pay 3,000. In a year, it's 36,000, which is equivalent to $300. And he has not eaten, he doesn't have a house, so he said, there's no market in Nigeria. The same information was obtained by MTN and the small company called Econet, a Zimbabwean-owned company. Then I said, okay, let's look at the demography. If 5% of the population of 140 million can afford this service, it means we have 7 million opportunity. If 10% of the middle class will have it, then we have 21 million. That is fine in excess of 7 million total market in South Africa. Forgetting the fact that when my parents call me, even though they are poor, they are classified as E or D. But when they call me, my mom will ask for after me, my kids, even including the grandkids I've not had that time. And then will now say the reason for calling me. That will be after 5 minutes. It means the time they use on phone is far higher. There was no alternative. The landline was not working. So the market for telecom was so huge until they started to gain ground in Nigeria. That was when Vodacom saw what had always been there. I don't want you to be like Vodacom. I want you to understand that there's such a huge opportunity in Nigeria that far exceeds. And when you focus your attention on what is not working, when you say people are so poor in Nigeria, are you telling me people are not poor in America? Go to Philadelphia, go to California, go to Florida. You go to New York City and go to the earlier streets. Don't go to the Apple area. And then you understand that people can truly be poor. So you must know that Africa is experiencing one of the fastest rates of urbanization. And as 60% of the continent population will live in urban area. If they go to urban area, what are the demands in urban area? Infrastructure, housing, transportation, creating fast business opportunities in construction, real estate, and urban development. As the cities grow, so does the need for intelligent infrastructure solutions like smart city to address those challenges as traffic congestion, waste management, and energy supply. The construction and real estate sectors will benefit from the demand for affordable housing. Commercial properties are already expanding in places like Lagos, Nairobi, and Johannesburg. Next, my brother. So growing middle class and consumer market. I've given you enough background so I can rush through this. If 5% of the population are in A class in Africa, 1.4 billion people, 5% are in A. That means about 72. Am I correct? It's in A class. The middle class is made up of 10% upper class, 14 to 15% lower middle class. So it means if we had the 25% in the middle class plus the 5% in the upper class, that's 30%. 30% of 1.4 billion is how much? 420. You are the best. I did arithmetic, he did mathematics. One more down. Now the reality of it is that the middle class alone is up to 350. Plus the 5% upper class is 420. European Union is not up to 420. And you are telling me there's no market in Africa. Where do you want to find the market? So we know that there's a significant consumer base. And the consumer goods and financial services, either for healthcare or education, will continue to expand. E-commerce platform, food and beverage industry, as well as next, because it's not working here, technological transformation. Africa is at the forefront of digital transformation with tech innovation, critical in driving economic growth and development. Mobile money has been working in Kenya. They were using smartphones or even some Nokia before phone became smart for the poor. And have revolutionized financial services. Millions of people across banking, payment, and credit services. They saw foster innovation in fintech, in edtech, in agri-tech, in edtech, in addressing local challenges with local developed solutions. 2 days ago, I was reading an article that says, in 50 years, Harvard will be having about 10 million students. There's no campus in the world that can accommodate that. So universities will no longer have campuses. It will essentially be mainly online. You just go to the university to do your practical in batches. So, and then the digital economy presents vast opportunity. Business to tap into new markets, improve efficiency, drive innovation. Next. So what are the opportunities for sustainable development? In spite of all the challenges, poverty is a challenge. But poverty happens to be a solution to money making. If I can therefore produce things that the poor can afford, that's money. That's billion. If I can produce, if there's unemployment, and I can create employment opportunity, like Jobberman is doing, that's money making. If we have environmental degradation and I can address it the way my friend is addressing it in oil and gas, Richardson, that's money, HSC. Allow businesses to develop solutions and address the renewable energy sector, solar, and I saw some people talking about the fact that they are into renewable energy, solar, wind, hydro. Africa has the potential to become a leader in renewable energy production in the world. We have sunlight. Or like those who live in the very close to the Antarctica, they have 6 months of light and 6 months of darkness. So I started to replace all the bulb in my house with solar. So all the security bulbs in my house, they are on by 6:30. And then they close by 6:30 the following morning. So I don't need to service them, nothing. It's already programmed. The agricultural sector offers the opportunity for business to promote sustainable farming, improve food security, and create jobs. Why? Because Africa has the largest size of arable land that is yet to be cultivated. Netherlands, as small as it is a food basket for Europe. Nigeria can be food basket for the whole of Africa. And so, but I don't want to use words that people are going to quote me after. Otherwise, if it's not laziness, why should people be running away and they are unable to address some of these big opportunities? When I started my career in Pfizer in 1981, by 1983, I had 100,000 hives. I was into agri. I had herds of cows. I have gari that was produced based on that ATA genetically modified that grows and matures in 1 year. And people are going to say, oh, they look so comfortable. We don't know where he's making his money. There's money in agri. That's the truth. There's money in so many things. So, farming, by investing in modern farming techniques, irrigation, and value added, some people will say, oh, the Fulani people did not allow us to operate in our farms. Am I correct? But the Chinese, they are operating. I saw a video yesterday of a Chinese man, yam, you saw it. The quantity of yam there. If I have that kind of yam, I can invite him to come and talk. I will say, I don't have time. So, now, value-added processing. Companies can help transform Africa's agri. So, it's important for us to therefore know that overcoming these challenges, policy and governance. If we say there's political instability, there's inadequate infrastructure, then by helping people in government. BRF taught me something years ago, in 2007. He said, I would like you to come and do some things with government in Lasut. So, I don't like to relate to politicians. He said, it's not like that. I myself am not a politician. I wanted to go and help organize the office of Tinubu. I became the chief of staff. Abi? And I get moved. I wasn't even king. But I get moved to. And because I'm there, it makes a big difference than a pure politician doing it. So I want you to be there for accountability. And so I became chairman of Finance and General Purpose Committee for 8 years. That was why we were able to rebuild the UK house. It's been an idea on paper. They spent money. So you will make a difference. When you abandon, since 1999, you abandon politics to politicians, to so-called politicians. And then the Agberos became politicians, Abi. What do Agberos do at the end of each day? They share money. And then they became senators. They became member of House of Rep. They became councillor. You are still looking. From councillor, they became chairman. You are still looking. They were sharing. Then they became House of Rep, House of Assembly. They were sharing. You are still looking. Then they became senator. So their mastery is in sharing money. There's no other thing they could do. So if the knowledgeable people do not participate, and I'm not saying go into active politics, but you must participate. And it will make a difference for you. There's an initiative that has been on for years, which has now been effected. The African Continental Free Trade Agreement. You will notice the fact that it's the most important thing. And so I would like to quickly close by saying Africa is a gold mine. I hope I've spoken enough. Good. Rich resources, youthful population, urbanization, growing middle class and upper class of 420, technology, attractive destination. Challenges remain, but as we leverage on this opportunity by focusing the strength of Africa on those opportunities, we might be able to drive Africa's economic transformation, contributing to more. Before I leave, I will need to talk on mindset for just a minute. The mindset determines. I have a friend who left Nigeria for UK. And I met him at Canary Wharf. I wanted to go and check my glasses. He was security man with MSc in industrial chemistry. And I asked him, While you were in Nigeria, I wanted to get you a place with Halogen Security. You would have been a supervisor or a manager or a director by now. So there are times our mindset, we need to be shifted. And so there's a need to shift from profit orientation to purpose. Those who pursue purpose, like Indomie, they are making profit now. Am I correct? You wanted to solve the problem for the poor. Hierarchy, and there are many of us, our generation will work with the older generation who believe in hierarchy. You must call them by titles. I hope you understand me now. We had the British system. Not like in Pfizer where everybody is LB, Akin, we call ourselves names. So you have to change it to network and teamwork. You must move controlling, opportunity of leaders to control the system to a situation whereby people are empowered. You should be able to delegate. Every subordinate of yours must be properly trained so that they can do the work even when you are not around. And that's what you keep them on the job. From planning to experimentation, because experimentation drives innovation. From privacy to transparency. By opening up ourselves, we'll be able to feel better. Ladies and gentlemen, I share this with the full understanding of the fact that you find time to look at the details of what it means, but I've summarized it. And therefore, it's important for you to know that leadership is the capacity to influence other people through inspiration, motivated by passion, generated by vision, and produced by a conviction, ignited by a purpose. Africa must have a purpose. Our leaders who are sitting here today must have a clear purpose, must encourage other generation coming. And every time you speak negatively about Nigeria, about Africa, you decrease the interest of those children in this country and in Africa. Let us start to speak very well about Africa because there's real opportunity, if we are convinced. Akin has already quoted my belief in the fact that I believe in education. Because of my background, I believe that education is the passport of the extraordinary transformation. Education has transformed me from whatever I used to be. It has empowered individuals to shape their destiny and enable society to evolve towards a brighter future. And I think we should invest more in education. And I'm not talking of formal education, be a professor, no. We must spend money on learning and development. I used to be very timid. When I wanted to have a girlfriend, I approached a girl. I said, will you? I said, Senior John, you have been asking after me for some time. I said, Benny. He said, yeah. So why do you want to see me? At that stage. And I've been practicing in the hostel what I was going to say. I just did like this. I just wanted you to know that I love you. I turned away and I ran away. When you have education, it gives you confidence and it allows you to move on. The premise of wealth is economic freedom, but we are in an economic crisis. And when we focus on economic stability as a vision for the next generation, they'll be able to pass through economic instability to stability. When we seek for economic in freedom, they'll be able to pass through economic independence to that place as well. And it is by therefore speaking well. We need to live a life that is impactful. To move out of survival level into success, you must have a significant and impact mindset. Money is a reward for solving solutions in the environment. And there are many problems in Africa. And by solving those problems, we'll be able to make money. Not only make money, we have to offer value. Nobody knows your value unless you offer it. And so have a mindset shift. And as you shift those mindsets, you'll be able to enjoy greater level of fulfillment. Like I told you earlier, this was my first slide. Can we read it together? God bless you.
Typical Professor Larry Bale. Put your hands together. I have seen this man teach every day for weeks, never tired. What he did not say is that with good education and hard work, he does not need to toast any lady again. Now they are chasing him all around town. But fortunately, there is a woman called Ife at home, who is his guardian and protector. So, Larry, thank you very much. Please, another round of applause for... We will call you again. We will call you again. This is a tip of what we enjoy here. for our new members, get ready to learn and learn and learn and learn, because indeed the world is a global village. Thank you very much, Professor. Now, I'll take just two questions, so that we can move on. We have a lot. In the next room, there's a DJ there who will make you shake your body while you have some finger bites. So quickly, I'll take two questions. One, the president is not in a very good mood tonight. He said just one. I thought he was going to increase it. So one question. And who's going to have that golden opportunity to ask a question? The president says it's one question and it's one question. Anyone here, please, quickly. Prof has done such a marvelous job, or maybe people are hungry. I don't know. Please, let me put your hands together. Okay. DB, our own DB has a question. Please, let's allow him. David Brown for short.
Right. Thank you, Professor. Well done, sir. Well done. Yeah, so I've had the pleasure to work with you, and your humility knows no bounds. I just want to say a big thank you. And I know everybody here knows their best teacher, if you think about it. I know mine is in secondary school. Chemistry teacher, she was just amazing. And in fact, there's only class that the area boys always come to class. Every other class, they don't. They sit at the back, but they come to class to see Mrs. Nu. So we know our best teachers. And I know on behalf of all the students, don't know them, I want to say a big thank you. We've really learned and inspired by you. And the question really is, education, I know, is such an important piece. But time and time again, I see African leaders, we just don't value it. Now, if you check Singapore, check every other country in this world, it's education that moves them forward. But education takes time. So I'm looking at Nigeria now and thinking, okay, maybe it will take if we start now, maybe 20 years. So if you can assess, how long do you think it will take? Because it's not a magic bullet, and I don't think we've got it right.
I'm really grateful, sir. Dr. Brown is my mentor and my teacher. So thank you so much. Education should not be seen as, like I mentioned, not professorship, things like that. And the traditional education that was handed over to us by the colonial masters are not the best education for us. The best education is the practical-oriented education. And Africa I qualified as the first Black African certified action learning coach in 2010. And I started to dig into what is called pragmatic learning. And I found out that Africa had been in action learning ever before it was documented by the Chinese about 2,500 years ago, ever before it was documented by the Europeans and the Americans. How did our parents, how did they become farmers? It's through apprenticeship. How did they become tailors, carpenter, apprenticeship? That's what action learning is all about. That's what we need at this material time. You people who are already successful on the council table and holding the other people and helping them to grow. There's great level of fulfillment beyond money. When you see somebody who you have helped grow, somebody you watered, we must therefore emphasize practical application. We have auto mechanical engineers who cannot service their car. My friends who read political science, females, they are changing the oil, they are servicing their cars in America. And they did not read engineering. So time has come for all our courses to become very practical. I believe genuine tertiary education is where our Greek students produce all the food that the university system will be eating. Where the caterer are the one cooking and they are rotating in the kitchen. Not that you are hiring. You can hire a specialist to provide guide. But generally, that is the way it should go. It should be possible for us to practically, for a university to have an auto workshop. And all the auto mechanical engineers will be rotating and then the university will, you know that it's easier for you, it is cheaper to take your car to that place than to take it to the expensive auto repair shop. That is the kind of thing we need. Concerning politicians who are not emphasizing, I've been able to ask questions. They see health and education as social services that does not give any immediate return. Roads, once you finish flying the road or turning it, you can put a toll gate and start to make money from it. But because it is based on myopia, they are myopic. Because really nothing changes in a country, education is the one that drives it. Singapore has nothing that I showed you in Africa. But by really training their people, today they have become a center of excellence in the world for virtually everything. I think we must, people like you, who is a specialist in learning and development, must play a key role. We must never get tired. My son told me, say, the way you are going, you just kill yourself. You cannot change Nigeria. And you are not even in politics. I said, no. I may not be able to change Nigeria at the top, but I can change one person at a time. Have I changed some of your mindset concerning Africa? So I have more disciples, even than Jesus, who had only 12. So there are more than 12 people believing what I've said in less than an hour today. And so we can spread and influence them. We shouldn't run away from them. To be honest with you, if we really get close to them, they are ignorant of many things you are saying. They don't understand what is required. They don't have solution. The reason for going in is to make money, and they are making money. Our job is to educate them. And say, in addition to making money, leave a legacy. And say, how can I leave a legacy? Is by ensuring you transform education, transform earth, and transform agri. Once you take care of some basic things, people are not going to criticize you. It will be an automatic. All of us who are poor, who are hungry, and we are now being fed well, we are going to vote for you. All of us who are not educated, now we are educated. We will believe we are the right thing. That was the secret of Obafemi Awolowo University. And it's renowned for generations for what you believe in. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor. We now go to the induction, and this is where I drop the microphone and enjoy the rest of the evening like you. We ask the president to please come forward for the induction ceremony. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you. It's been my pleasure anchoring the event so far. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please bear with us. We will soon round up and you'll be on your way. It's once in a lifetime opportunity to join a chamber like this. So if it takes a few minutes more, I can assure you it's time well spent. But now we've gotten to the point where we need to do the formal induction. You are not a member yet until you've been inducted, and that's what we're about to do. We have 15 companies on the list of inductees, and you had earlier introduced your organizations and what you do. But we have a membership pledge, which you would have to stand. All 15 companies, please stand. The representatives, just one per company, please stand. And you will repeat after me. What you're about to take is our membership pledge. And what you pledge, you must ensure you don't renege on. You have to keep. You are not compelled to join. You voluntarily came forward to join. And so, when you take this, it means that you are going to hold yourself accountable for keeping it. Yes. You will say after me, you have to add your own name as a representative of the company. I, this day, pledge to uphold the mission and vision of the Nigeria-British Chamber of Commerce. I will work to increase the profile, service, and community efforts of the Chamber. In unity, there is strength. I am going to join to promote trade and investments among members of the Chamber. I believe in the future growth and progress of Nigeria and Britain. I will work with my community for the common interest of all and continuously encourage and promote mutually beneficial trade relationships. I accept to be a member of the NBCC, an organization that promotes trade and commerce between Nigeria and Britain. I commit to its core values, which include integrity, cooperation, commitment, and respect. So help me God. On that note, I want to welcome you to the Nigeria-British Chamber of Commerce. You are now formally inducted. Your certificates will be issued in due course as we progress. And the Director General of the Chamber will equally be giving you some house rules which will guide your participation and active involvement in the Chamber. We are progressing very fast, so we've gotten to the time when we would have to pin the lapel pins that we've got, which distinguishes members of our chamber from members of those other chambers. All right, so if you are wearing any other one, please remove it and put it in your pocket, because you're about to upgrade to a lapel pin that opens doors and sets you apart from the rest. That's what we're about to do. All right, so we will start with MedPlus, and to do that, I'd like to invite one of our patrons, Mr. Kaide Fallow. Please join me. No, you give to him. MedPlus. Yes. This. For him. No, we have another one. Yes, Polaris Bank. Wise Consulting. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, Prince Adedapo Adelegon, please join us. Jobberman Limited. Jobberman. No, not at all. We still need you. Mountains Energy Solution. Business Travel Management, get ready so we save time. Business Travel. Pirano Energy. Get ready. Pirano Energy. Elite Branding will be next. Greenfort Insurance. Okay. Yes, this will go. Okay. DP, Akin Oshutoki, you're next. No, it's certificate. Infinity Hair and Beauty would be next. But you know what? We'll step it down a bit. Let's finish with this. And then we can invite one of our distinguished ladies here to do the pinning. Yes. Islanders Company. To be next. Islanders. Holy Star Integrated Services Limited will be next. Are you ready? Yes, Holy Star Integrated Services. So, Lara Coyote, you're next. Please do us the honors. All right, so we will return to Infinity Hair and Beauty Salon. Auto Girl Limited, please stand by. Auto Girl. Mrs. Adeola Aziz, please do us the honors next. We have two companies here, Plum 3 Advisory. Simon Cooper Partners.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let's put our hands together for Mr. President. I understand that there is a special package for the premium members. MedPlus and Polaris, please. I hope you brought a truck. MedPlus, please come forward. I hope you had lunch. It's a very heavy package. Polaris, please. Now, where's Professor Bale? Prof. Yes, I think that the pressmen are doing a short one. Yes, Professor is here. We have something for you. You will not leave this place empty-handed. Please, Professor Vale. Let's put our hands together for Professor. I want all the companies we have inducted this evening, 15 of them to please, their representatives, one per company, to please come forward for an official photograph with the president. Something to show that you are here this evening. Quickly. One representative per company. Now, I don't know about arrangement. Come and help. Yeah, come and help. Where's the rep? Okay. President, please hold on. We've done speaker. Professor Bale, please. Past presidents and patrons, please. Professor Bale, please. Patron Kayode Falowo. Patron Dakpo Adelegon. Chief Binto Farmo team. Please let me clap for him. Let me clap for him. Those are our founding fathers. Those are our founding fathers. Yes, the president, the speaker, and representatives of the sponsors. Sunbeth, please, quickly. Chidi.
Yes, that's it.
ESCO members, membership committee members, please quickly. Goke Iola and my sister, Mrs. Ini Abimbola, vice chairman, membership committee. Let me clap for her. Hold on.
Yes,
then I hand over to Madam.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you want to explain?
Yes,
But I'm handing over to you. No. Hold on. Okay. Mr. President, let me clap for Mr. President so that I can take his seat. Okay, now I understand that we should give our sponsors Sunbeth 2 minutes to make some money. So please help me welcome the MD, Mr. Sunbeth. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and the President of the Nigerian-British Chambers of Commerce. My name is Akim Sanusi. I'm here to represent the MD of Sunbet. Based on the time given, I may not have the opportunity to speak as expected, because I actually see this as an opportunity to maybe counsel some of our young ones and to encourage them based on what Prof said, that opportunity is everywhere, especially in Nigeria. At Sunbet is a group of companies that consist of the Sunbet Global Concept. And what we do in Sunbet Global Concept, we export cocoa beans and cashew nuts. And we also have the Sunbet tree nut that exports soya and sesame. We have the Sunbet Energies that deals with oil and gas. As a matter of fact, in the last 6 months, we brought in 2 vessels. And these 2 vessels, one brought in about 17 million liters of AGO. The second one brought in about 10 million liters of AGO. And then these products were sold to oil majors. We have the Sunbet Shipping. The beauty of all this is that the people behind all these companies, that is the owners and the staff that are running these companies, are between the age of 30 and 35. As I'm standing here, maybe I happen to be the oldest person in Sunbet. And they are making things work because of the belief in Nigeria and Africa as a country. Okay, so how do we start? The managing director used to work under his father about 20 years ago. You know, from secondary school, he will go and meet the father, where the father is trading in cocoa. The father is a local buying agent of cocoa beans. And graduating from the universities, you notice that a lot of companies were owing the fathers. As a young child, he was looking at it. All these people owing my father, what are they doing? I mean, what are they doing with this cocoa? Then he tried to understand what all those companies are doing, and he noticed that they buy the cocoa from the father and they export the cocoa. They export the cocoa. Now, the father will get this cocoa with his own money, and then they will collect the cocoa and export, and they will not pay the father. And that's how he ventured into export of cocoa 7 years ago. From a company of less than 50 million 7 years ago, the company is over 200 billion today. So, and at the young age of less than 35, you can imagine what a young man is doing. So what I'm trying to say, or in conclusion, is that there is opportunity in Nigeria. There's nothing we're doing abroad. All this, I want to japa. You can imagine a man of 50-something years going to do a security job abroad. So on this note, I want to thank the British Council for giving us the opportunity of coming here to showcase what we have and whom we are. Thank you.
There will be no invoice, but I'm extracting a promise to sponsor another event. Please let me put your hands together for my friend. Do we all agree that they have been good sponsors? Please, let's do it. Let's do it. Thank you very much. They are all on this table. Please let me hear it for Sunbet. Let's keep on clapping for them. Don't stop. Don't stop. Thank you very much. We appreciate. Special request for okay, you've done that. Okay. All right. So please welcome our DG, the lady that makes it happen, as she comes to give us the members' brief. Dr. Ebere Ojoku.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would have liked to stand on protocol, but I won't because I can't
That's my job. So good evening, Mr. President and Chairman of Council. Good evening to all our patrons and past presidents. Good evening to all our council members, ExCo members, members, ladies and gentlemen. And especially a wonderful evening to our new inductees. You are very welcome. I'm going to go very quickly through some benefits and some expectations so you know what to expect from us and what we expect from you. Before I start with the slides, I would like to say that I'm very excited to see that we have younger people joining the chamber. Yes, I think it was Simmons who said they have dinosaurs, young people, always Gen Z. I'll have you know that I am Gen Z in my head, no matter what else it looks like. And we have the 3 Ps stood out for me. Polaris Bank MD swore here that he had an open door. Has he left? So that door is open. He's there around. I will be walking through that door, sir, for sponsorships, for support, and for everything. Thank you. Also, Pirano Energy said the same thing. They're a new and young company going by the MD, and he offered us services with credit, if I'm correct. Thank you so much, Pirano. Also, Plumpter Advisory said the same thing. So this new crop of inductees seems to have a lot to offer, and we're very excited to have you. Please move the slide. I'm very also happy to see, very excited to see Autogirl. Autogirl sounded like a very interesting venture. A young lady venturing into what they think or perceive as the male-dominated sector, if you like, but doing very well. I'm sure you'll have our support at the chamber. Yes, and thank you very much. Islanders is a colleague. Islanders, you're a colleague. Good to see you. So our mission, as you all know, is to continually encourage and promote mutually beneficial trade relations between Nigeria and Britain. And we do this through a wide spectrum of activities. And these activities are pushed through our various committees. So we have about 18 to 20 committees, some of which are statutory and some are just voluntary to join. We'll be sharing those committees as we go along. And I would like my staff, while this is going on, to go around to all our members to take the form on what committee you'd like to join. Because we find that when we make these announcements, people don't really follow through. So I'll pin you down today. Family, can we have the forms going around as we speak so that people can tick what committees they would like to join? And please let me just do a caveat that if you take doesn't mean you get to join. It's just a suggestion from us. Thank you. Move the slides, please. So what can you expect from the NBCC? The first thing you can expect is networking opportunities. I know that's overflogged, possibly overrated, but the thing is the networking here is intentional. You have a big role to play in what you do and how you do it. And we're here to facilitate that networking. Through events like this, you get to meet people, you have access to people you wouldn't ordinarily have access to. So it's what you do with it that is important and how you go about it. I think our DP mentioned about the culture of the place. Sorry, it was a former patron, Prince Adelego. The culture of the place says that once you're in, you're expected to be a certain way and of a certain reputation. And we hope to uphold that reputation. So you also have business development support. You have guidance from us. We have an active trade desk. And like I said at the beginning, we're here to facilitate trade between Nigeria and Britain. So let's be conscious of that. We are a bilateral chamber, meaning we're not exactly like LCCI, that's a unilateral chamber. So if you're here, be mindful that you should necessarily have some interest in doing business within Nigeria and Britain. That's why it's Nigerian-British. So let's manage your expectations while we manage what we promise as well. Advocacy and representation, we have the ear of government and those in authority. So through our committees, we're able to elicit the challenges that our members have and escalate that to the authorities that are necessary. Slide, please. I think I'll go a bit faster. So we'll have all of that. Then when it goes to training and capacity building, we are constantly life learners. I think, again, someone said that we never stop learning. So we have in-house faculties, external faculty facilitators, and just yesterday we had a training on artificial intelligence, which was fully subscribed. In fact, it was oversubscribed. So what you get here is learning that ordinarily would cost you a whole lot of money. But because you're a member, you have access to as little as 10% of the going fee. For instance, D. Brown would charge 1.5 to 5 million a day for training. Yesterday, he charged 150,000. And that is unheard of. But as a member, you get the benefit of the best training in the best places. So visibility and recognition, you get to showcase your business to a very wide audience. I will tell you for free that we have over 16,000 people on our emailing database. So that means you get to put your business before 16,000 people. On our socials, we have on LinkedIn about 10,000. That means that you get to be seen. Your business gets to be more visible than it was before. And of course, we have the NBCC Outlook, which is our newsletter that goes out every single week to the same audience of 10,000 to 16,000. And our opening rates are very high these days. So you can advertise your business, you can share opportunities, and just get noticed. Then you have access to services and discounts. I mentioned that earlier. I mentioned Plumpter, Advisory, Priano, I think Polaris Bank, and some others mentioned some sort of services. Please do the slide. Yes, so now, what do we expect from our members? I've said what we can give you, our promise we've made to you. So what can you give us in return? How can you support the chamber? Slide. So we expect active participation. So you don't just sign up today, get a certificate, and go to sleep. And we have to beg you and prompt you to come for events or to support us. We are hoping that once you join as a member, at the mention of our name, you just jump up and support us and appear for events. It's that events like this and these conversations, these networks, that things pop up. Like our speaker said today, he said that there are so many opportunities. And these opportunities come up when you have conversations in networking events such as this one. So support our chamber initiatives, commitment to collaboration, get to know other members, collaborate, they're safe to work with. We are the midwife for that. You want to be a member. Like our DP said earlier, at our last trade mission in the UK, there was a business that signed $8 million. That's the right figure. It wasn't 1 million, it wasn't 5 million, it was $8 million on the spot. And we all lived to witness it. That's why we met collaboration in the chamber. Next slide. So promote our membership, get your friends to join, speak about it, speak only good things about it, and keep the bad ones in-house. Give us feedback. We're very happy to get feedback from you. Our doors are always open to hear what you have to say. In fact, in the form you have today, there's a slot that says, what more would you like to see in the chamber? Please fill that for us so we get to know. Then adherence to membership obligations. Please fulfill your obligations by paying your membership dues. That's a very thorny one for us. We have to beg people to pay their dues, and it gets really uncomfortable and really embarrassing, and we pretend not to know or to forget. But please, if you want us to ask for a direct debit or any other bright ideas, we're happy to engage. But please pay your membership dues as at when due, because a lot depends on it. We are a membership-driven organization at the end of the day. Next slide. So these are all the committees we have and sectoral groups. At this time, there are 18 of them. And you can just figure out, where would I like to fit in? Where could I contribute the most? Where could I serve? Where could I fulfill my purpose, as our speaker said today? So the finance and general purpose, of course, is statutory. So it's not open to voluntary. But the rest of them, please, if you want to contribute anywhere, put it in the paper you have, and we'll get back to you. Thank you. And please just note that, it's not about, like you said, again, what you studied in school, because you're a communicator, therefore you have to be the communications committee. No. Just share interest or share diversity. It's a good thing. For instance, we have our creative and cultural committee. The chairperson is our own Lara Kayode, who's a lawyer, an IP specialist. So you're probably wondering, what should you do in a creative and cultural committee? But that's the way things are today. We're all very diverse in our thinking and in our mindset. Next slide. So these are some service providers. I think right at this moment, we're going to add Plumpter, Pirano, and Polaris to a growing. We have a very long list. These are just a few of them. We can go on and on. We have people who are offering services at discounts or at even pro bono, if you like, and you get very good deals. And if the name is not there, you want to put your name there, let us know. If you want to have anything with a name that is not on the list, we can facilitate that. Next slide. So, in the summary, this is what NBCC do for you. You raise your profile, you can connect with new clients and grow your network. We can influence policy on your behalf. We could develop your workforce. You can go international, and you receive dedicated support. At this point, I would like to say a very big welcome to our new members. Our doors are open. Keep in touch. Don't be a stranger, and welcome again. Thank you. Yes, to round up now, I think we've been here pretty long. I would like to call on the Vice Chairperson of the Membership Committee, Mrs. Ini, to come and give a vote of thanks. Thank you so much.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening again. On behalf of the Executive Council of the Nigerian-British Chamber of Commerce, I would like to thank the very intellectually stimulating, the very erudite, and the very cute Professor Lere Bale, the Chief Executive Officer of the Business School Netherlands International, for his very, very intellectually stimulating keynote this evening. I remember, so when I saw his name and I saw the name of his company, of the business school, I remember about 2-3 years ago, trying to do a DBA, and someone had mentioned the school. I was like, I don't know who they are. But the way you spoke this evening, we're going to talk. Thank you so much. You really spoke to our hearts, and for a lot of us that have always believed in Nigeria, the past few years have begun to give us a lot of doubts. I used to be one who fly the flag of this country, but certain things just make you wonder, like you said, your friends who had left, you begin to ask yourself, maybe I should have gone. But thank you again for stimulating that love and affection that we have for this country, and the belief that we're all on a path to something good. In fact, we also want to say thank you to all our patrons who've sat with us throughout this evening, to our council and ESCO members. Thank you so much. Our sponsors, Sunbeth, Global Concepts, thank you very much for your sponsorship. Richardson Oil and Gas, thank you for always my very ebullient chair. I think he's also, so I understand how you are friends with Prof. Because Mr. Oshitoke was like, it will be okay. Everything will be all right. And, you know, when we are having sponsorship issues at the committee meetings, he always steps in. So thank you so much, Richardson Oil and Gas. Simon Cooper's partners, thank you so much for coming through for us. We deeply appreciate the sponsorship. To all the members of the membership committee, thank you so much. It's always a lot of work. Having to go through all the applications, turning down some people, sending back some people like 3 or 4 times, and so thank you for the commitment and the work. The Secretariat, thank you so much, the DG and her team, and of course our esteemed guests who've joined us this evening. To our new members, we really want to encourage you, please try and join and attend the Chamber's events. As you can see, there's always, profit at the end of the day for you, attending this event, as it were. For our upcoming events, we have the NBCC Women and Youth Entrepreneurship Development Center graduation ceremony for the first cohort. And this is scheduled to hold on Tuesday, September 10, by 10 a.m. here at the NBCC Plaza. And then, of course, we have one of our very high-level series, which is also a highlight of what we do here at the Chamber, the Meet the Governor series. And this is scheduled for Thursday, September 26th, by 10 a.m. here at the NBCC Plaza as well. We also want to remind you that this facility is open for use. We have halls, we have, small rooms that you could use for your meeting rooms, for trainings, for seminars. So please, as members, also ensure that you help the chamber to also raise revenue, because it's all for us. It's also about raising revenue. And most importantly, I would like to say this to the new members as well. There are organizations that you do business with, or you collaborate with. Please encourage them if they're not members of the chamber. Is always bring one, come one, come all. So please, those organizations you know will benefit from being members of the chamber, please endeavor to ask them to join. And you can just share the website with them, nbcc.org.ng, or just talk to anybody here and give them their name, and we definitely will reach out to them and engage them on how they can become members. It's also important, please follow our activities, announcements, events on Instagram, NBCC_NG. On LinkedIn, we're Nigeria-British Chamber of Commerce. On Facebook, we're Nigeria-British Chamber of Commerce. And also on X or Twitter, we're also Nigerian-British Chamber of Commerce. Once again, thank you so much, and have a good evening. Okay, so please, we have drinks and small bites in the next room. So please, and so for the networking as well, please don't leave until you at least network and understand what the other business is doing in this place and be able to get acquainted with them as well. Business to business is also one of the things we encourage here at the chamber. Thank you.